Viewers, let's focus on the biggest news of the day. Over the last few days, revered Hindu symbols like the claimed shivling in the Gyanvapi Vazukhana have been mocked, as you know. Hindu belief in the sanctity of Kashi Vishwanath temple and the Krishna Janambhoomi has been laughed away as obscurantism. Akhilesh Yadav, for example, has said, "Oh, Hindus see a patthar and then they put a few flowers over it and call it a murti and then build a mandir over it." It's as if the Kashi Vishwanath temple or the Jyotirling there is a patthar or a stone. Merely those. Others have outrightly denied as political fiction that the Kashi Vishwanath temple was destroyed or that in the temple in Mathura on Krishna Bhumi was razed to the ground. In effect, they're totally denying an act of desecration that is plainly visible. You just have to look at the structures. That now, at least in the context of the Kashi Vishwanath Gyanvapi Mosque Rao, stands disproved. Times now has accessed two reports prepared by two surveyors. The first report was prepared by Vishal Singh. Now let's get you the exact findings of the report filed by him as Assistant Commissioner to the court. You know that these surveys took place, viewers, over the weekend last. These reports are key to the Hindu claim over the Gyanvapi Mosque. The first finding, viewers, what has been discovered? A well-like 7.5-foot structure in the Vazukhana. The images of that are clearly seen. Inside circular pond, a structure has been found. The structure is 2.5 feet tall, 4 feet wide. This structure resembles a traditional shivling. 9.9-inch round stone placed separately on top of this structure. And you can see that. 5 channels were carved into this structure. Below the stone, the structure was in one piece. After algae was cleared, a black structure seen. This is what the Gyanvapi Survey Report, as I told you, put together by one of the surveyors, Vishal Singh, contains in it. So it's a clear reference to this particular shivling. Not just the claimed shivling, this report also lists other evident signs of traditional Hindu relics and idols. An oval-shaped idol shivling-like structure, conical dome over the old structure, 3 idols of Hindu deities, broken elephant trunk of idol remnants of Aishwarya Mandap. Also, viewers, let me tell you, 2 damaged pillars inside the complex, remnants of a Ganesh temple, swastika and trishul, and ancient temple style bells. All of these have been surveyed, videographed, and this report is being submitted to the court. The second report, viewers, has been prepared by the suspended Commissioner Ajay Kumar Mishra. Remember, he was removed from the survey team for speaking to the media. His report has also found its way into the public domain, and this too corroborates the findings of the first report. Let's go through this. Images of Hindu gods seen on temple debris. Sheshnag images seen on central platform. Remember, he didn't go inside. He looked at the survey. He did the survey on the outside. Saffron color idols seen on all images. 4 idol images seen on central stone. Stones appear to be debris of a big complex. Remains of charred diyas appeared at the front. Stone imprints similar to images on the western wall have been found. Now that there is irrefutable proof, some would say, of Mahadev. How long can the fountain lobby continue to mock the Astha? I also want to show you some pictures, viewers. Let's show you the pictures. The pictures that we have been showing of a shivling. a shivling aside from this particular picture. Nizam bhai, can we put those pictures out? They're still photographs. There you can see them. To your left, viewers, the shivling has been found. The lotus motifs have been spotted. The temple bell carved out on the wall of a gate which has been walled up, bricked up, viewers. All these three are motifs very much in place with the Hindu faith. Now we will listen to what Ajay Pratap Singh, the Assistant Commissioner, has to say. Listen in.
जो मौके पे चीज़ दिखाई पड़ी उसका हमने वीडियो बनाया, फोटोग्राफी बनाया, वादी पक्ष के अधिवक्ता की उपस्थिति में, प्रतिवादी पक्ष की उपस्थिति में, उसको बना करके रिपोर्ट बना करके माननीय न्यायालय के समक्ष हमने प्रस्तुत कर दिया। अब माननीय न्यायालय का उस पर डिसीजन होगा।
Now listen to Ajay Mishra on the report that he has put out there for us to peruse and what he says about what he saw.
हम सबसे पहले जो है ये उत्तर और पश्चिम के इलाके में गए थे जी। जो ये कोना दिखाई दे रहा है, यहाँ पे मुझे सबसे पहले जो मलबा मिला उसमें जो है गणेश जी के नुमा जो है आकृति बनी हुई थी वो दिखाई दी जी। और इसके बाद कुछ सीढ़ियों के जो है निशान थे जी। इसके बाद इस कोने पे आए तो यहाँ पे जो है कुछ कमल के फूल और इस तरह का जो है मलबा था उस पर बना हुआ।
मतलब कि उत्तर और पश्चिम का ये जो कोना है जी, वहाँ पर आपने क्या क्या देखा?
कमल का फूल के बनी हुई आकृतियाँ थी जी। कुछ देवी देवताओं का जो है वो बना हुआ था, आकृति स्पष्ट नहीं थी, मतलब आकृति लग रहा था कि किसी देवी देवता की आकृति है। जब हम लोग इस तरह जो है दक्षिण की तरफ जब बढ़े तो यहाँ पे एक टूटा हुआ जो है आकृति थी जो नाग के फन की तरह दिखाई दे रही थी। और उसी के बगल में जो है 3-4 जो है मूर्तियाँ मतलब कि उकरी हुई थी, उस पर लग रहा था किसी चीज़ की मूर्ति है, ये स्पष्ट नहीं था, उस पर सिंदूर पोता हुआ था जी। और उसी पे शिलापट फैला हुआ था, उस पर भी जो है सिंदूर पोता हुआ था। ये बाहर जो था यहाँ पे जो है चौखट टाइप का था, इस पे सिंदूर पोता हुआ था। यहीं पे जो है एक ताखा टाइप का था जी, इसमें दीपक जलाया जाना प्रतीत हो रहा था।
Viewers, let's open this up for debate. Let's not waste too much time. Let's get a basic question out of the way. Now that many Shiv Bhakts are claiming on the back of these reports that have made it into the public domain and these photographs which are clearly visible, and we are going to show you the shivling also and its photo that is now clearly visible. Now that the Shiv Bhakts claim mountain of proof, will the Fountain Brigade still deny? Mountain of proof versus the Fountain Brigade tonight, viewers. Let me ask this question of Advocate Tala Amir Rashidi, spokesperson of the Rashtriya Ulema Council. देखिए, अब आपको तो पिक्चरें और तस्वीरें भी दिख गई हैं, रिपोर्ट भी आ गई पब्लिक डोमेन में, जिसमें वजू खाना के शिवलिंग की तो बात हो ही रही है। पिक्चर आप देख रहे हैं एक और शिवलिंग की, और आप देख रहे हैं कि दीवारों पर मोटिव्स हैं जो हिंदू धर्म से रिलेट करते हैं, लिंक टू हिंदू धर्म। Will you still, sir, now deny that this particular Vishwanath temple was brought down by Aurangzeb the bigot? Simple question.
First of all, the matter is sub judice. So I have my objections on media trial being done on this matter. The report has been submitted today to the honorable judge.
अब रिपोर्ट आज सबमिट की गई, मुझे नहीं पता आपके पास जो रिपोर्ट है वो कितनी वेरीफाइड है, कितनी ऑथेंटिक है, किस पे बहस की जाए।
सर, इसमें सिग्नेचर्स हैं,
दूसरी बात
लोगों के सिग्नेचर्स हैं, लोग ने तो आके बयान भी दिया है।
कंटेम्प्ट ऑफ कोर्ट,
कमिश्नर नहीं, देयर इज नो कंटेम्प्ट ऑफ कोर्ट सर, देयर इज नो कंटेम्प्ट ऑफ कोर्ट। कमिश्नर देखिए एक मिनट सर, एक छोटा मैं सवाल पूछ रहा हूं। ताला अमीर रशीदी साहब, आपसे मैंने एक सवाल पूछा, डू यू स्टिल डिनाई दैट दिस वाज ए एक्ट ऑफ डेसिक्रेशन बाय औरंगजेब? एक सिंपल सवाल है, आप भूल जाइए, फोटोग्राफी देख लीजिए।
कैसे आपके कहने से मान लिया जाएगा? कैसे मान लिया
जनाब?
जाएगा? दूसरी बात,
मेरे कहने से ना मानिए तो हम आपको हिस्टोरियंस की बात बता देते हैं। सब लोग गलत हैं।
चलेगा ये देश आस्था से चलेगा, ये संविधान और कानून से चलेगा? पहले आपको ये तय करना होगा। मुझे आप ये बताइए कि देश आस्था से चलेगा, बहुसंख्यक समाज की आस्था से चलेगा, या फिर संविधान और कानून से चलेगा?
तो मैं आपको एक चीज बताता हूं सर, आप एक उलेमा काउंसिल के लीडर हैं, आप चाहें, इफ यू वांट यू कैन इग्नोर द प्रूफ, यू कैन मॉक हिंदू बिलीफ, you can reject. Let me finish sir.
I don't believe in mocking.
Okay, you don't believe in mocking. You can say that the Hindus need to go and prove their case in court. When you know that the proof is staring you, all this can be avoided. You can easily compromise. You can say, okay, till 1992 we were allowing Hindus. All the Hindus want, sir, is the right to pray in their temple. Let me finish. Let me finish, sir. Please don't engage me. Let me finish my question.
Okay.
You can accommodate them, sir. You can say, चलिए, कोर्ट छोड़िए, कोर्ट की लड़ाइयों में घुसना नहीं. We want to be friends. गंगा जमुना तहजीब है देश में, इसको बढ़ा के रखना है. All we need is to go back to the 1992 status. आज की डेट में सर, जो डेवोटीज हैं, वो सिर्फ साल में 2 दफा आ सकती हैं प्रार्थना करने श्रृंगार गौरी जी की. पहले हर रोज आ सकती थी महिलाएं. आज वो 5 महिलाओं ने केस फाइल किया. आपको सबूत भी दिख गया है, इसमें कोई 2 राय नहीं है, ये तो खड़ा सबूत है. आप कह दीजिए चलिए, आप आके प्रार्थना कर लीजिए यहां पर, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. हमें क्या बिगड़ने वाला है, ये मुझे समझ नहीं आ रही. ताला अमीर रशीदी,
राहुल जी वहां पे ऑलरेडी प्रार्थना कर रही. जहां तक बात एमिकेबल सॉल्यूशन की है, उसके लिए माहौल बनाना पड़ता है. जिस तरह से एक मीडिया ट्रायल चारों तरफ चलाया जा रहा है, आपको लगता है उससे एक माहौल बनेगा? हमें इस देश की सभ्यता, इस देश का सांप्रदायिक सौहार्द सदियों पुराना है. वक्त की जरूरत ये
तो अगर सदियों पुराना है तो आपने 1992 के बाद रोक क्यों लगा दी सर?
आपने लगाई, फिर आपने पक्ष पे रोक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने लगाई.
तो आप एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को कह दीजिए कि ये गलत है. अब हम नहीं चाहते ये रोक लगाएं. हमारे हिंदू भाई, हमारी हिंदू बहनें, उनको अलाउ कीजिए, जहां पर उनके स्वामी हैं वहां पर वो जाएं. क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
बड़े भाई हैं, आप बड़े भाई हैं, बहुसंख्यक समाज है. योगी जी कहते हैं 80-20 का रेशियो है. आप अगर ज्ञानवापी मस्जिद देखिए, चारों तरफ काशी कॉरिडोर, चारों तरफ मंदिर से घिरा हुआ है. आप चारों तरफ प्रे कर रहे हैं. एक छोटी सी मस्जिद, एक छोटे से स्पेस में आपका छोटा
जो अवैध रूप से, तो मैं आपसे बताता हूं कि आप मुझे जरा बता दीजिए, आपके धर्म में, they say sir in the Islamic faith, and you will maybe contradict me, I don't know, that a mosque is considered in line with Islamic tenets when it is constructed on a waqf property. ये तो वक्फ प्रॉपर्टी भी नहीं है.
1936 दीन मोहम्मद का केस देखिए, कोर्ट खुद बताएगी.
देखिए सर, अब आप मुझे बताइए.
उसके बाद दूसरी बात पे आ रहा हूं. मैं औरंगजेब के जमाने की बात आ जाता हूं. आप ये जान लीजिए, ये आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा कि इस्लामिक शरिया के अनुसार कोई भी किसी भी कब्जा की जमीन पर, किसी भी हड़पी हुई जमीन पर, किसी भी के भी धार्मिक स्थल पर जबरदस्ती मस्जिद नहीं बनाई जा सकती. ना वहां वो मस्जिद जायज होगी, ना उस पर नमाज जायज होगी. औरंगजेब रहमतुल्लाह अलैह जो पूरे भारत के बादशाह था, उसको वो इतना कमजोर था कि उसने जबरदस्ती एक मंदिर तोड़कर वहां मस्जिद बनाई, जबकि उसे पता था, उसे धार्मिक कहा जाता, उसे कट्टर कहा जाता. वो जानता था कि मंदिर की जगह पर नमाज जायज नहीं होगी, फिर भी वो मंदिर तोड़कर मस्जिद को बना रहा है नमाज पढ़ने के लिए. उसे पूरे हिंदुस्तान में कोई जगह नहीं मिली.
अच्छा,
ये बात मानने वाली है.
तो बाबरी मस्जिद भी, जहां पर आप लोग जाके, बाबरी मस्जिद भी, अब तो कोर्ट ने करार दिया है कि बाबरी मस्जिद वाज आल्सो बिल्ट ऑन राम जन्मभूमि बाय डिस्ट्रॉइंग अ टेंपल. वहां तो आपने प्रार्थना करी, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. आपने वहां पर जाके नमाज पढ़ी, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. और आप हमें बोल रहे हैं कि यहां पर भी, यहां पर तो कोई मंदिर ही नहीं था. वाह भाई वाह सर, क्लैप टू यू.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जजमेंट देखिए, उसमें
जबरदस्त सर, जबरदस्त. आज आपने तो एकदम इतिहास ही, एकदम नया इतिहास लिख दिया. कोई बात नहीं. यू रीरिटन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ दिस कंट्री. You have completely denied what is clearly visible. I just want you viewers now, I'll show you some aerial shots. ठीक है सर, मैं समझ गया, मैं खोल लेता हूं ये. Let's speak to others. I want you to see some aerial shots, viewers, of this entire.
No evidences of राम मंदिर.
Okay.
तो ये जजमेंट को मिस कोट मत कीजिए.
ठीक है, ठीक है सर, ठीक है.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने साफ कहा है कि वहां राम मंदिर के प्रमाण नहीं मिले.
बिल्कुल नहीं, कुछ नहीं मिला वहां पर. बस हिंदुओं को फालतू में दे दिया उन्होंने.
You need to go through the judgment.
Okay, sir, it's okay. I just want you now, viewers, to look very closely at some pictures. These are top angle pictures of the entire complex. And these top angle pictures, viewers, one of them is in the middle of your screens. What does this show you? It shows you a mosque wall, which actually, viewers, and you can see it there on your screens, a mosque wall that has motifs of a Hindu temple. Aurangzeb was such a secular man that he decided to build two walls in the Hindu tradition. And on top of that, he puts a dome and two other walls. Who are we kidding? This is visible from the naked eye. You don't even need to dig. He was such a secular man.
Yes, he was.
Chaliye, he was. There you have it now. Now, viewers, now it's out. You see, when you desecrate another religion, most holy site, and you say that the person who's done it is a tolerant person, then you can see the mindset. This issue will easily be resolved, viewers, if one side says, okay, the elder brother is feeling aggrieved, centuries old temple has been destroyed, not destroyed just once. Many before Aurangzeb also destroyed the Kashi Vishwanath temple, where one of the 12 Jyotirlings stood, viewers. Because they were so compassionate, you see. They loved Hindus, so they did this. Finally, they did it in a way where the walls were left standing also. And you know what Mani Shankar Iyer said in 1991, viewers, when this awful Places of Worship Act was passed? He said that this symbol, where the walls are Hindu and the mosque dome is Islamic, is the epitome of secularism. Try telling that to the Christians who built the Hagia Sophia, viewers. They will not accept it. But we Hindus have to accept it. That's very interesting. It's okay, sir. No, there is no RSS propaganda here, sir. Please read the history books. Every historian, let me read out the facts. Okay, sir. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. No one is giving you grief. Now, viewers, the Puranic description mentions the Visheshwara temple under the name Moksha Lakshmi Vilas temple, and its architectural plan was described in detail. In 1490, Sikandar Lodi demolished prominent temples of Banaras, and the prominence of Avimukteshwara was lost by the patronage of Raghunath Pandit, known as Todarmal of Banaras. The new temple of Visheshwara was built in 1585. Follow me, viewers. This was demolished by the order of Aurangzeb in 1669 and converted into a mosque. Today, the ruins of two old Vishwanath temples sit two mosques. One built by Razia and the other by Aurangzeb. Ahilya Bai Holkar built the present temple in 1776, 1777. Right next to it, and that you can see, viewers. But they will deny it. Let me open this up. Let me get the BJP into it. Sanju Verma, this is all a big plot. You are writing history as you're going along, says Rashidi, and you're doing it to divide and communalize the country. You're not abetting in any way the enterprise of trying to give the faithful back their rights. But you are actually going after Muslims. And you will not stop till you get Mecca. That is what Rashidi is saying. Please respond, Sanju Verma. This is a serious question being put to you.
Thank you, Rahul. Rahul, if Aurangzeb is not a bigot and a secular, then Rahul Shivshankar is Elvis Presley and Sanju Verma is the Queen, of England. But on a more serious note, I want to rebut this charge of BJP trying to polarize by playing this Hindu-Muslim card. I found some data before coming to your debate, and I found that in 2009, when Narendra Modi was still the chief minister, he actually renovated, a mosque called the Shah Alam Mosque in Ahmedabad, which was lying in ruins for more than 2 decades. Then again in 2014, he renovated in Ajmer a mosque called Adhai Din Ka Jhompada after he took charge. As recently as 2021, he is renovating the Cheraman Juma Masjid in Kerala. So point number one, Narendra Modi is not Islamophobic. Point number two, in the first term of the Modi government, we gave scholarships to 3.4 crore Muslim young men and women. In the second term, which will end in 2024, we would have given out scholarships to 5 crore Muslim men and women at a cost of nothing less than 22 to 26,000 odd crores. I think on Rahul's show, this has been discussed ad nauseum. Times Now has put out the statistics over and over again. But quickly, in 10 seconds, I'll tell you, be it Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Bima Fasal Yojana, or Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana. Each of these welfare schemes, do you know how much has been allocated and disbursed out of the corpus to Muslims? Anywhere between 57%. And as far as Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana goes, 15% is legally reserved and preserved only for Muslims. So this whole narrative
now the
government being Islamophobic is a lot of hogwash. Let me finish, please. Is a lot of hogwash. Now coming to Shivling versus fountain debate. Forget what Times Now is saying, Rahul Shivshankar, a renowned anchor, is saying, what somebody like Sanju Verma is saying. Let's go by science, because I think science...
Sanju Verma, we've lost you. I think you muted yourself. Please check. Yes. We've lost you. Yeah, we got you back. Yes. Just check your... Check. Yeah, check.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
The first known experiment on electricity, Rahul, was conducted by Benjamin Franklin only in 1752. That means in the 18th century. Even after that, be it Humphrey Davy or be it James Clerk Maxwell, it took them a long time. It was only in 1879 Thomas Alva Edison found the electric bulb as you and me know it. So मैं ये पूछना चाहती हूँ, this mosque came up in 1669. In 17th century, electricity का नाम और निशान नहीं था. How was there a fountain? What gravitational force used to lift water up from the fountain? क्या औरंगजेब ताली मार के चुटकी बजाकर फूंक मारकर पानी निकालता है? अरे फव्वारे से पानी निकलता कैसे था? Without electricity, without gravitational force, without gravitational pull, how was there a fountain? Can you please explain to me?
Let me step in here. Let me step in here 1 second. You see, viewers, there are fountains, and you can go to certain forts made even by Hindu kings which work without electricity, but you have to have an overhead tank. 1 minute, 1 second. Ulema Sahab, 1 minute. But you have to have an overhead tank, you have to have plumbing, you have to have...
Go up and have some IQ.
Okay, 1 second. Kamarudin Chaudhary, 1 second please. You have to have 1 second. You have to have the plumbing. You have to have an overhead tank. You have to have a capillary. 1 second. Please let me finish. Please don't speak over each other. I just want to put the record straight. 1 second, Ulema Sahab, 1 second.
And I'm not Ulema, my name is Talha.
Yeah, 1 second. Rashidi Sahab, 1 second, please. Just give me 30 seconds, please let me come in. Please, give me 30 seconds. Talha Sahab, 1 second. देखिए ऐसा है. There are technological fixes where fountains can operate without electricity. This is a known fact. But you need to have quite an extensive plumbing system. Now, what does this report say? This report says that in the middle of this claimed shivling, there is a ½ inch opening on top. And then there is a pipe or a bore, which is about, viewers, 60 centimeters long. That's it. There is no water inlet. How that came to be, one doesn't know. Was a claimed shivling drilled in some past to try and make it into a fountain? We don't know. The report doesn't mention any plumbing, any overhead tank, any pipe of a capillary nature that can force water out. Of course it can be done, but there is no infrastructure to that effect. You can see it. It's right there in front of you, viewers. When the member of the committee was asked if this was a fountain that functioned, he says, yes, sometime 15 years ago. So the question then was, where is the plumbing? There was none. This is all documented in the report, viewers. I can read it out for you clause by clause. My Hindi is not the best, but it's all there. So viewers, there is no actual evidence to suggest this was a functioning fountain.
Can I respond?
That is why I asked. No, 1 second, sir. Let me also bring in the others. There is Mohandas Pai, Karan Verma is there. Mr. Kamruddin Chaudhary, let me ask you this question now. The reports are out. You can contest why they are out, whether they should have been given to the court, they were leaked. Fair enough. You can say all these things, no problems. But it doesn't still take away from the significance of the findings and the videography. So are you going to still deny? And this is very important, that there is now evidence that suggests that there was a temple. And are you going to still mock the belief of the Hindu community? It's a very simple question. Kamruddin Chaudhary sir.
No, Rahul, first of all, let me just tell you one thing. We are not mocking any religious beliefs, just like your good panelist out here, Electric GV, Sanju Verma ji, who is dependent on electricity to prove that this is not a fountain. You have discounted that. Rest assured, the science will also prove you that it was a fountain. That is another question. Now, when the Astha of the entire community says that a particular area seems to be a mandir, that is one question that is there. While the Muslim side says that this is a namaz, wherein namaz has been performed for around about 300 to 400 years in this mosque itself. That means the Astha of the Muslim side is also there on that place. Now, how do you solve this dispute? The forefathers of our country who got India freedom from the British rule, they made a solemn promise to the countrymen that we will not get into any side of a religion, neither the Hindu side nor the Muslim side. Having said that, they brought in the 1991 Act,
just a minute,
which you
just a minute, sir.
Let me finish.
No. First of all, you said that no one is mocked. I can show you, sir.
No, Rahul, can I...
Congress leaders who have mocked the Shivling. Not just this Shivling, other Shivlings. There are TMC leaders who have done so. There are Samajwadi Party leaders who have done so. Samajwadi Party was an ally. There are Congress leaders.
Ask the TMC leaders.
There are Congress leaders. There are Congress leaders. There are Congress leaders. Are you going to deny that there are Congress leaders, or do I now need to show you the proof of that also?
No, nobody has mocked that.
Really?
Nobody in the...
Do you know what Mr. Rahman Khan said yesterday?
I can tell you with sure.
Do you know what Mr. Rahman Khan said yesterday? Should I play out what Mr. Rahman Khan said yesterday?
What did he say? You just tell me.
You don't remember?
No, you
have not come prepared on this debate.
But then what? I stand with Ashok Gehlot.
You stand with Ashok Gehlot? What did Ashok Gehlot say?
He said this is a tamasha.
Tamasha?
Yes, of course I said.
A matter of faith is tamasha for you.
It is all a tamasha.
Is it a tamasha? It's a tamasha.
That's
the 5 Hindu petitioners who are going there wanting their rights restored, which were denied by a Congress government in 1992. Are you saying, sir, that they are today asking for their rights to be restored? All these years their rights were there, but they were looted by the Congress party and they're staging a tamasha? Why don't you say that about the Muslim faith?
You went back from Nehru to...
No, why don't you say it?
No, one thing, Rahul.
No, you won't say it, sir.
You went from Nehru to Aurangzeb.
I am talking about... No, you went from Nehru to Aurangzeb. No, sir, I am going to show you. No, 1 minute. Now you listen, viewers. Listen to what Mr. Gehlot said yesterday. Listen to how he mocked the faith and Rahman Khan as well as Gehlot. We are going to show you both, viewers. Rahman Khan first. Listen to this.
The lower judiciary has accepted. They should have dismissed. Under the Act, they are not supposed to entertain any petition on the dispute, to dispute any religious. It is not only masjid or mandir, any religious places. That is the act passed by the parliament. Neither BJP has respect for the act passed by the parliament, nor the people who are doing it. So it is a tamasha. They are trying to mislead the people of the nation. The law is there and we have to respect the law. So it is unfortunate that the government of India is silent, and the lower judiciary has, in my view, has not done any justice by admitting and asking a videography of that portion.
क्या आप देख रहे हो क्या तमाशे हो रहे हैं देश के अंदर? अब एक नया तमाशा शुरू कर देंगे वहाँ पर वाराणसी के अंदर. आप देख रहे हो कल टीवी के अंदर सोशल मीडिया में हो रहा है.
Viewers, again the Congress caught out lying, mocking the faith, calling it a tamasha. Now let me show you, viewers, what the Samajwadi Party has been up to. They have a boss called Akhilesh Yadav. Karan Verma, I want you to come in on this. Do you feel that the Congress and the Samajwadi Party have mocked faith of Hindus? And if so, why?
They've been doing it deliberately, Rahul, for quite some time. Earlier it was for vote bank considerations. Now it is also because of complete ignorance of our culture, which has alienated them culturally and politically also. They are reduced to political margins because of this very precise reason. They don't know anything about our Agama Shastras. They don't know anything about Pran Pratishtha Puja. Akhilesh knows nothing about it. That is why he says that any stone can be a mandir, anything can be. They don't know the process of how in our Shastras there is a science of consecration, how an idol becomes a deity. They don't know anything about it. Rahul, you started the show on a positive note when you said that there is a good chance of ushering in a new era of unity. You know when was the last time we had that chance? We had that chance in 1949 when the Ram Janmabhoomi episode was happening. 12 years was the time limit, that if there is no respondent on the other side, then this matter can be settled. If not for the Bukharis and the Shahabuddins of those times, there was a good chance, as mentioned by K.K. Muhammad in 1980, that Hindus and Muslims could have started off a chapter of unity, and the Ram Janmabhoomi entire dispute could have been solved amicably. Today again we have irrefutable evidence which shows that this was a temple. It is no miracle that Nandi looks that side. It is no miracle that we discover a shivling there. It is no miracle that we have Hindu inscriptions there. And the Quran clearly states in chapter 4 verse number 48, मस्जिद वहां हो ही नहीं सकती जहां बुद्ध परस्ती हो. इसलिए I don't know why the ulama council person here and why Kamru Zaman is asking for even this dispute to go on. Any self-respecting Muslim here would say that let's usher in a new chapter of Hindu-Muslim unity and show some magnanimity. Hindus have shown a lot of magnanimity. 40,000 temples by all accounts were destroyed. Whether you pick up the Tazuke Babri or the N.A. Akbari, their own accounts of it. We are only asking for 3 here. I think that's a very just demand, and now it's up to them to either usher in a chapter of amity or let this dispute go on and reach its logical conclusion.
Who is stopping you, Mr. Author? Mr. Author, who is stopping you? ले लो ना सब कुछ ले लो. You are a vegetarian state. When the
nobody can stop you, sir. When a country is here to reclaim their civilization, nobody can stop them. It is an idea whose time has come.
No, the country was not.
It is an idea whose time has come. Neither you nor your coterie, nor your set of intellectuals, nor your set of.
नहीं, अरे कोहिनूर डायमंड तो पहले ला दो जो इमीडिएट पास में कोहिनूर डायमंड को ला दो पहले. आगे बहुत बड़ा हिस्ट्री को बदलने वाले.
और ये आप जो 1991 प्लेसेस ऑफ वर्शिप एक्ट की बात करते हैं राहुल,
10 more seconds.
Rahul, does his heart go out for the temples that were demolished in Dhumri Parpeta, in Mallapuram, in Malda? Would you restore the character of those places which have been destroyed after 1991? Has Kamru Zaman ever spoken about restoring the character of those places? No, he is not.
जो कि किसी राजा ने तोड़ दिया था.
And 91 places of worship act also. Rahul, let me tell you, the 4th clause, subsection 3, clearly exempts Gyanvapi from that.
Let me just step in. Mohandas Pai, Abbas Haider is here.
And you commented.
1 second. Mohandas Pai, how do you feel when Abbas Haider's boss says the following words. Let's play out what Akhilesh Yadav has said. I want your comment, Mr. Pai, and then I want Abbas Haider to respond. If this is not an insult to those who believe on the Hindu side, then I don't know what it is. Here, viewers.
क्योंकि कोर्ट का मामला है, सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि जिनकी जिम्मेदारी थी सर्वे करने की, आखिरकार वो रिपोर्ट बाहर कैसे आ गई? और हमारे धर्म में तो ये है, हिंदू धर्म में कहीं भी पत्थर रख दो, एक लाल झंडा रख दो, पीपल के पेड़ के नीचे मंदिर बन गया.
For them, a Jyotirling is a patthar. Mohandas Pai.
Akhilesh Yadav is showing his gross ignorance, communal politics, which he's used to because he wants the Muslim vote. And he has lost the election because he could not convince the majority of the people of UP to vote for him because they know that he is very communal, he is one-sided, and he is catering to extremist elements. There is one more evidence of that. I don't know how a political leader can make such stupid remarks without facing the consequences, understanding that in a democracy you have to get the vote of all people to come to power. I mean, it's very foolish on his part to keep making such remarks, hurting one community. He should have acted like a statesman and to say, let the court take the decision, let the matter go on, let it be decided, and keep quiet and not abuse one community. He has the habit of abusing one community all the while, and he has lost the election. People have thrown him out. Now, Rahul, the big issue is very simple. All history says that this was a temple which was destroyed by the bigot Aurangzeb, who was a killer, a jihadi, and an extremist. History says that very clearly. It's been recorded by everybody, and it is very clear. Those who want to read, who can read that. Two, from my knowledge of Islam, which says that is a religion of peace, they do not accept the building of a mosque on the destruction of any other religious structure. Now, by God, Aurangzeb did it deliberately, like a knife into the heart of the Hindu people. Okay. On whom he put the religious tax. He killed the Sikh gurus, and he committed many, many crimes. If any of these people admire Aurangzeb, it shows their mental attitude, their hatred for the people of this country, and hatred for this
Rahul,
country
itself. I can't understand why you are discussing
please keep quiet. Please keep quiet. I listen to you. Please keep quiet.
How is this related to the Islam, and how is it related to the Muslims of
please
today?
Keep quiet and listen to me.
I
listen to you.
I did not interrupt you. Keep quiet, national television.
Okay, one second. Let me just step in here. Let Mr. Mohan Bhai, let Mr. Mohandas Pai have his word. Let him finish his sentence. Please don't do this. Yes.
Let us not, Rahul, let us not deny that this mosque has come up on the side of a temple because the evidence is very clear. Now, before 1992, the Hindu community of Varanasi was allowed to pray there. That must be restored. Let both sides pray there.
Let me ask. Let me ask Mr. Abbas Haider of the Samajwadi Party. Mr. Haider, if someone called the revered Kaaba a patthar, how would you react, sir? How would you react? Do you think this is the right thing to say? To call a Jyotirling a patthar?
This is an opening.
No, you can say it. No, I'm asking you a question. Please answer the question. Don't go into another day. I'm asking you a very specific question. Agar, sir, about the revered Kaaba, someone said it is a mere patthar. Why are you obsessing over it? How would you react? If people said Friday prayers on the streets are a tamasha, how would you react, sir? How would you react?
Let me please respond.
No, do you think what Mr. Akhilesh Yadav has said is respectful? That the Jyotirling is some patthar?
This is a verse from Isha Upanishad. It says God exists in every smallest particle in the world. Even Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, all the religion in the world, they believe that God is omnipresent. God is omnipotent. God is omniscient. This is what all the religions believe in. And this is what precisely Akhilesh Yadav has said. Now, the thing is,
Haider Saab, can I ask you a small question? If God is omnipresent, why do you always pray in the western direction?
See, because
अगर वो सारी जगह है तो आपको वेस्ट फेस करके नमाज क्यों पढ़नी होती है? मुझे आप ये समझाएं.
Not exactly in the western direction. People from the east, they face towards the west. people
why can't you
they
then
face toward the Kaaba and they pray.
Okay.
This is not the question.
Because what is the significance of the Kaaba, sir? What is the significance of the Kaaba?
This is what Akhilesh Yadav ji has said. Now why are we turning this debate into Hindu-Muslim?
Oh really?
When the matter is...
Really? It's a Hindu-Muslim debate for you, sir? How are the acts of Aurangzeb? No, how are the acts of Aurangzeb being pinned today on Muslims in India? I want to ask you.
I'm not a historian.
No, you're not a historian. Akhilesh is a historian, is he?
Neither I have a forte.
Australia में जाके उन्होंने history degree की थी on Hindu mythology and Hindu history.
Well, nobody was speaking anything.
Have the guts, sir, to tell your boss that he is wrong and that he has been insulting.
Who are Pran Pratishthish public, make them deity, not. So they were removed, they were destroyed.
Sir, if someone said that the Kaaba was a patthar, how would you react? I'm only asking you a basic question.
See, it's not about Kaaba, it's about Medina or anything.
Akhilesh Yadav will never say this about the Kaaba. He will never say this about the Kaaba, viewers, because he knows what happens. Satsang se juda happens. He knows it. He knows this. He knows it. But it is fair game. The Hindu faith is fair game. Their right to pray can be blocked at any time. 1992 arbitrary cutoff. Today, all these 5 petitioners, all they want is the right to go back and pray at the temple that they have seen destroyed, that they were allowed to pray at for 30 years. Viewers, 30 years ago they were allowed to pray. Now you are not allowed to pray. Matter can be easily resolved. I need to move on, viewers, because this story is big. I just want to quickly recap. There's no point having these, constant debates over an established historical fact. I just want to quickly go back to how I began by quickly telling you, viewers, what has been found in these survey reports. Yes, they have been leaked. They should have been submitted to court first. They shouldn't have been leaked in the media, but they're out. And what do they tell you? They tell you that a well-like 7.5-foot structure was present in the wuzu khana. They tell you that inside the circular pond a structure was found. The structure is a 2.5 feet tall structure. It's a 4 feet wide structure. That's the one they're talking about. This structure resembles a traditional shivling. This is what the report says. I'm not saying it, viewers. A 9.5-inch round stone is placed separately on the structure. Imagine a 9-inch pizza plate put on top of this structure. It has been cut into 5 channels. Why? No one knows. Below the stone, the structure was in one piece. After the algae was cleared, a black structure was clearly seen. Viewers, there were people who were saying, can a shivling ever be green? It was green because it was covered with water, and viewers, when rock or any other surface is covered with water for a long time, it turns green. Algae begins to grow, especially if the water is not cleaned out and treated properly. That happens. In simple Hindi language, it's called kai. We all know what happens. If you scrub it, you see the original color of the structure. Viewers, that is not the only report. Photographs have also emerged. What do these photographs show you? One oval-shaped idol has been discovered. Shivling-like structures are dotted around. Conical dome over an old structure. There, viewers. 3 idols of Hindu deities. Broken elephant trunk of an idol. Remnants of Aishwarya Mandap in the west. 2 damaged pillars inside the complex. Remnants of Ganesh temple. Swastika and Trishul. Ancient temple style bells. Why would all these be inside a mosque? What kind of a mosque would that be? Viewers, and then there are photos of the shivling. We can just find, there it is. Now I can bet you, viewers, there will be people who will tell you that that is a sauce boat. This is what people will say. Ancient bells are on the walls of this temple. There is enough proof. You can choose to deny it. You can choose to mock the belief of the Hindus who want just the right to worship. They don't want anything much more. You can easily settle this matter. It doesn't have to go into years and years of litigation by saying, okay, we'll allow you back. Till 1992 you came in, you were allowed. We'll restore your right. No problems. We can come to a mutual agreement. End of matter. That's not happening. There are people here who are denying the existence of a temple.